1 mole of water is of 18 grams. 1 mole of carbon dioxide is 44 grams. Right? So if you just take 10 grams of water or carbon dioxide, the number of molecules will vary. But if you will take 1 mole of water or 1 mole of carbon dioxide, it will have same number of molecules. Isn't it surprising? 18 grams of water and 18 grams of carbon dioxide is having same number of molecules. Do you want to know how much is that? It is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Such a difficult number. Now who must have thought of and counted it? It is scientist Avogadro. This is the scientist Avogadro who has found that each molecule is having 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of water. Okay, so you can think of, as we have carbon dioxide, 1 mole may you have the 44 grams, and water, when I say, it is just the 18 grams. So you can think of that the atoms of water is too small. 18 grams may it is containing that Avogadro's number, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Now the molecules of carbon dioxide is bigger. It will be like this. They are bigger in size, and that is why 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules you will take. It will, by which gives you 44 grams, more than the double, na? So the size of the molecules of carbon dioxide will be more than double of the water. Is it clear? Okay, so number, when you take 1 mole of any substance, that is going to give you fixed 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. Now, as to know about the number, an example is given that when you are taking 1 dozen of banana, so when I say 1 dozen, it means there are 12 bananas. When I say that 1 gross of notebooks you have purchased during the vacation period for the studies for you and your brothers. So 144 gross means 12 dozen. 12 dozen matlab 12 into 12. The square of 12 is 144. So there are 144 notebooks are there when you talk of gross. So like that, if I'll say 1 mole, it is going to have fixed 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. That many molecules, small, they are combined. Okay. So like that, how many are there? There are 6.022 into 10 raised to 3. In how much? In 1 mole of the substance. Now 1 mole by grams it will be different. So when you have the 18 grams of water, you are going to have 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of water. Okay. So 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules in just 18 grams. So they are too small. Okay, they are too small. Very small. Just 18 grams kitna kam hota hai? It will be like a, you can say 2 tablespoon, that much only. So in that, can you think of 6.022 into 10 raised to 20 कितना होगा? ऐसे 6 के बाद में you can just put 23 zeros roughly. इतने सारे, we are not able to read also. Huh? So that many molecules are present. Followed? Now we are going to calculate if a grams, some grams of things are given, how to find out how much mole is there. That means the sums based on the Avogadro's number. So let us have that. So you have here children 66 grams of carbon dioxide. Now 66 grams. Molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44. How you got 44? Carbon dioxide means C plus 2 times O. Right? We have 2 O na, O2 is there. Carbon has got atomic mass 12 plus 2. Oxygen has got the mass 16. Right? So you have 12 plus 16 to the 32. So what is 12 plus 32? 44. So 44 Dalton is the molecular mass of carbon dioxide. Okay? So that is 1 mole. But how much I am having? I am having 66 grams of carbon dioxide. So 66 grams. So how can I find out? Can anyone tell me? You have to just divide 66 by 44. How much mass you are having and what is the mass of 1 mole? That much you have to do. Correct? So you are going to have the number of moles of carbon dioxide is the mass of carbon dioxide in grams and the molecular mass divide by molecular. So 66 upon 44. If you are not comfortable with it, na children, you can have unitary method. See, 44 grams, 1 mole. This is in grams, this is in mole. Okay, so 44 grams, 1 mole. So 66 gram, how much? Then you can have the cross multiplication. So 66 into 1 upon 44. So it comes out to be 66 upon 44. Correct? Got it? So divide by 22, you will get 3 upon 2. 3 upon 2 is nothing but 1.5. So you have 1.5 mole. But they didn't ask about the mole. They asked how many molecules. में कितने molecules है, that I wanted to know. So again you have to do, children. How you are going to do? You are going to use the unitary method. You can say that 1 mole contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. Then 1.5 contains how much? So it will be 1.5 multiplied by 6.022. Right? See, 1.5 into 6.022, which will be 9.033 into 10 raised to 23. Followed? Like this, children, your textbook exercise having many sums based on this, finding out the mole or finding out the molecules. So I will suggest that you can use this method, unitary method, you know na, itne pe itne to itne pe kitna, like that you have to go ahead. Okay, so this is how you will go ahead. The next part which we are going to understand is the valency. Now I can tell you, children, once you know about the valency, the concept of valency clearly, then you can make any of the formulae, molecular formula you are able to make. So how will you do it? Once let us understand what is valency. Can anyone recall what is valency? Yes, it is the capacity of element to combine with the other element. Now another question, is the valency negative? Children, valency is never negative. Valency is a whole number. Valency is a whole number because it is the number of electrons that an atom gives or takes in order to complete the octet. Okay, in order to complete the octet, whatever number of electrons are required, that is called as the valency. So let us understand. Now children, as you all know that sodium atomic number is 11. How much? 11. So it is having the electronic configuration 281. Now, it is a tendency of any atom to become stable. Now, how they can become stable? By having 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. Now, this sodium is having 11 electrons, 2, 8 and 1, right? So, in the first orbit you have 2, in the second orbit you are having 8, in the third orbit you are going to have 1. So what these inside wale 10 electrons, do you know they will do? They will just go on pushing this all alone one electron who is there in the third orbit. धक्का देते जाएंगे, continuously they are pushing. You just go from here, we wanted to become stable. You just go from here, we wanted to become stable. And finally what happens is this one electron started crying and it just goes away from it. Okay, so how the sodium will look like now? Sodium will look like this because that's one electron has gone, and this will become the electronic configuration just 2 and 8 because this one has gone. ये electron ऐसे गया गया. In the way he was just crying and moving. In a way it made atom called chlorine. Now let us understand the condition of chlorine also. Chlorine is having the electronic configuration 287. How much is that? 287. So the outermost orbit is having 7 electrons. They are saying we are 7. If we will get one more electron, we will become stable. Huh? So they are just in search of one electron. And in a way of their search, they met this electron which came from the sodium, and they had a talk conversation, and they said, you come and stay along with us. It will You will be also benefited and we will be also benefited. So the electron started smiling. This electron started smiling. Yes, now I got a proper place. And then it shifts to the chlorine atom. Okay, chlorine atom has given enough space in the third orbit. So now the electronic configuration will be not 287, it will be 288. Correct? So now how the chlorine atom will look like? Chlorine atom will look like as 288. Now children, here if I'll use the word atom, that will be wrong. Now I just tell you why. An atom is electrically neutral. You already studied in your standard 8 because number of proton and number of electrons are same and they nullify the effect of each other. But now what happened here in the sodium? One electron has gone na. So proton became 11 and electron became 10. So you have 10 positive charge, sorry 10, 11 positive charge and 10 negative charge. So what is the resultant? Plus 11 minus 10. What is the resultant? Will be plus 1. So this will have now charge. And when it is having a charge, it is not called as atom. It is called as ion. What that is called as? Ion. So this is becomes the positively charged ion. You understood why it became positive charge? Because negative charge had left the atom. This proton is in the nucleus. It cannot escape just like that. Okay, so one positive charge is developed, and so it is called as positively charged atom. Can you know? Can anyone tell me what is the positive charge atom? Another name? Yes, very good. It is cation. Perfect. Very good. Now, similarly, we will discuss about the chlorine also. Now what happened in the chlorine? In the chlorine, as you know, there are 17 protons, 17 electrons. Now what happened? One electron came, so it became 18. So you have 17 plus charges and you have 18 negative charge. So what is the resultant? Resultant is -1. So it will be called as atom or not? As it is having the resultant as negative charge. So it will not be called as atom. We will be calling him as a ion. Right? We will be calling it as a ion because it is negatively charged. Negatively charged ion is also called as anion. Negatively charged ions are also called as anion. So it is now sodium is forming the anion. So, sorry, chlorine is forming the anion and sodium is forming the cation. So sodium chloride, when we say normal salt, this is the situation inside. You have plus 1 and you have minus 1. So now they are able to nullify each other effect when they combine. So again you can say sodium chloride electrically neutral. Okay, but it is a compound. So this is the bond is formed when, see children, when the girls gets married. See, the two families, they do not know each other, but when the girls marry to the one boy, then the relationship develops between the two families also. Huh? So in a similar manner, they started sharing the things with each other, right? Because the daughter they are given. Huh? So to the daughter they will give clothes, then the ornaments, etc. So due to that, the strong bond of love and affection is created between the two families. Similarly, here also, sodium has given one electron. It's like a daughter is given, and then chlorine has accepted. Means the bride came in the house of the groom. Okay, so they are accepting it. So there is a bond created. There is a chemical bond created, and as it is of because of the ions, it is called as ionic bond. What that is called as? It is called as the ionic bond. Okay, so bond is formed between this. Now as there is just one means you can say that exchange of only one electron, you can say only one bond is formed. So that is why the valency of sodium is 1 and valency of chlorine is also 1. Please note that you cannot say that sodium plus 1 and chlorine minus 1. No, it is just the number of bonds which are created. So when the sodium gave one electron, you are getting the sodium ion. When the chlorine accepts one electron plus one electron, it is giving the chloride ion. So such sodium ion and chloride ion when combined, they give a rise to neutral sodium chloride. That is your common salt. Okay, so let us understand about the valency. The number of electrons that an atom of an element gives away or takes up. So what happened now? Sodium gives and chlorine takes. And how many number of electron? Just one number of electron. While forming an ionic bond is called as the valency of that element. Is now you are able to digest this definition. Number of electrons. See, compare it with the example also. Exam sodium chloride. So sodium. How many electrons given? One. Right? So number of electron is 1. So number of electron, that is 1 of an atom. Which are the atom? The sodium. That an element gives away. Sodium gives away. Or takes up. That is the chlorine part. While forming a ionic bond. There is ionic bond formed between the sodium and chloride. And this is called as the valency of that element. Okay. So concept of valency is clear. It is always a whole number. It cannot be a fraction. It cannot be a negative number. Now let us understand about the valence electrons. The electrons in the outermost orbit are called as the valence electrons. Now here in front of you an atom is there. How many valence electrons are there? Outermost orbit is this orbit. How many electrons are there? Yes, correct. 4. So there are 4 valence electrons. So electrons in the outermost orbit is called the valence level. These are the main electrons who are going to take part in the chemical reaction. If they are just one, they will go. If they are two, they will go. If they are three, they will go. Huh? Because they wanted to become an oxidate, na 8. So one electron, so the others will ask the outermost orbit electron to please you go so that we become like a octet. So instead of accepting the 7 electrons, it's better to give away 1 electron. So they decide to give up that 1 electron. Similarly, if 2 electrons are there in the outermost orbit, atom decides to give up. Instead of taking 6 electrons, it's better to give 2. Kam mehnat lagegi. Everyone wanted to have the less of work and more of fruits. Right? Now, if there are 3 electrons, then also instead of accepting 5 electrons, 3 plus 5 is 8, na? So instead of accepting 5 electrons, it's better to give 3 electrons. But if the atoms are 4, then if the electrons are 4, not atoms, electrons, sorry. If the electrons are 4, then two choice. They are choice. Yeah, they can give also, they can take also because equal work is required. हाँ same इतनी ही मेहनत लगी whether you give 4 electrons or you take 4 electrons. So that जो है आजू बाजू में कौन दिखता है which all atoms are loitering here and there nearby places and then they will decide. Sometimes they themselves कोई भी नहीं है तो अपने आप में share भी करते हैं. Okay, so they do the sharing also. Sharing means the electrons is able to revolve in both the cells. Means when you say that this electron say here and here, so electrons can go here also, electron go in this orbit also. That is called as sharing. Anyway, the valence electrons are clear. Okay, so depends upon the valence. Now suppose there are 5 electrons. Now what to do? Atoms having 5 electrons. So to give 5 electrons or to accept 3 electrons, which will be better? Yes, accept 3 electrons is better. So the this particular atom will accept the electron. So now the number will be, the valency will be how much? Will it be 5 or 3? Valence electrons are 5, but the valency is 3 because that is the number of electrons which are accepted now. So followed. So valency how it goes? 1, 2, 3, 4 और 4 के बाद में 5 नहीं होता, it comes back to 3. And if it has got 6 electrons, it will accept 2 electrons. So valency will become 2. If it is having 7 electrons, it will accept 1 electron. Like in the case of fluorine, 7 electrons were there, na? So accepted 1 electron. And if there are 8 electrons, array, 8 electrons are there. Na lena there, na dena. I don't want to talk with anybody. I am happy in my world because I am having 8 electrons. So the valency comes out to be 0. Okay, clear? So here we have some homework for you. You are having page number 54. One chart is given and you are going to complete the chart. If you want, I can just give you the atomic number of hydrogen 1, helium 2, lithium 3, beryllium 4, boron 5, carbon 6, oxygen 8. Then you have the sodium. See, neon mein here it is 10. It is not 0, it is 10. Printing mistake is there in the textbook. So it is 10. Sodium it is 11 and so on. So electronic configuration for this lithium it is 2 1. If it is beryllium, so first shell 2 electrons and second shell 2 electrons. So like that you are going to do. So how many valence electrons are there? Here 1, here 2. Right? So valency is 1 and 2, like that you are going to complete the table. Can I give this part as a homework? If you want, I can take one more example. Let me take example of magnesium. Magnesium atomic number is 12. So electronic configuration, first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electrons. So 2 plus 8, 10. How much remaining? 2. So 2, 8, 2. So valence electrons is 2. So the valency is 2. Remember children, here the valence electrons are 5. Then automatically the valency will come 3. Valency will not go to 5. Followed? The last part is the variable valencies. Children, under different condition of atoms of some of the elements gives away or takes up different number of electrons. Not always 2 or not always 3. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Like that. So in such cases, we say that they are having the variable valency. For example, you can think of FeCl2 and FeCl3. Okay. When it is combining with two chlorine atom, that means fluorine is having ion is having the valency 2 and it is forming the ion Fe2 plus. When I say that there are three chlorine atom attached, that means the valency of chlorine uh, uh, valency of ion is 3 and it is forming an ion 3 plus. Followed because the chlorine ka valency we know it is 1 only. So 1 plus 1 plus 2, 3 negative charge. So 3 positive charge should be there, na? So it will be Fe plus 3. This is what is the ion form. Okay. So here in the table you see there are various elements. Just now we have seen iron. Iron is having the variable valencies 2 and 3. Remember children, 1 or 2, 1 or 2 or 2 or 3. The one which is smaller now, that is given the name as writing the name and then at the end OUS. You can see, observe here. So, Cuprous, Mercurous, Ferrous. Okay. And if the valency is more, like for example 2, 2 and 3, this one. 1 or 2 mein 2 is bigger, 2 and 3 mein 3 is bigger. So that is, the name is made by writing IC at the end. So you have cupric, mercuric, ferric. You can observe it. Okay. So Cu plus, it is cuprous, Cu plus 2, it is cupric. Hg plus, it is mercurous, Hg plus 2, it is mercuric. Ferrous Fe 2 plus and ferric Fe 3 plus.